from the comfort of our homes. This is Braves Beat.
Hello Braves, welcome to our final episode of Braves Beat for 2020. I'm Julian Lambert.
And I'm Jade Zarko. Phew, we are sure glad the year 2020 is coming to an end. We are all hoping for a much better 2021 for all of us. So Julianne, do you have any special plans for the winter break?
Just going to be spending some time with the family. How about you?
Nah, my traveling plans got canceled just like they were for Thanksgiving. Well, let's get on with the news.
For the first time in the Indian Hill Theater's history, the Indian Hill Middle School and the Indian Hill High School theater programs came together to put on a once-in-a-lifetime virtual event. The 2020 winter show, called It's a Wonderful Life radio broadcast play, was performed on November 6th and 7th by our talented theater students, and was filmed and post-edited by our IHTN students. The final product was uploaded to the IHTN1 YouTube channel as a premiere event that was released this past Saturday, December 12th at 7 p.m. Tickets were pre-sold as a fundraiser. This effort was a huge success. There have been over 300 views so far of this amazing performance. Here's a short video highlight from this fantastic performance.
Harry!
Merry Christmas, George!
Merry Christmas!
Got a police escort from the airport. Guard crew flew in all the way to Blizzard. Harry, what about your break into New York?
As soon as I got the news, I flew right in, borrowed a plane. Hey, somebody, get me a glass of wine. Come on.
Here you go, Hetty. Wine.
A toast. A toast. To George Bailey, the richest man in town.
George? What's this? It's a card in the tree with your name on it. But I didn't.
Open it, Mary. What's it say?
Dear George, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings. Love, Clarence. Who's Clarence?
A very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy, the bells on the Christmas tree are ringing.
They sure are, Zuzu.
Teacher says that every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Your teacher's a smart woman, Zuzu. Atta boy, Clarence.
Good night, and happy holidays!
Did you know you can also support our Indian Hill Theater program by purchasing a custom IH Theater mask? Click on the link in the description to place your order. These masks are $8.50 each. Please consider placing an order to help our theater program. Thank you.
As promised, it's time for another episode of The Danger Zone with Will Church. Roll the clip.
Alright everybody, we're here for episode 2 of The Danger Zone. I got some Sour Patch Kids. Now I don't know how sour these are supposed to be, but why don't we go ahead and try it out. You know, that is not that sour. Well, I got a backup. I got citric acid. Oh, that's a Sour Patch Kid. Listen, if you guys want pure Sour Patch Kids, all you gotta do is sprinkle a little extra citric acid in there. Grab one of these bad boys, lick them up. Whoa, that's sour. I don't know if the camera can get it. I'm actually starting to like cry. Almost round 3. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. This feels like a very similar reaction to when I eat spicy food. Whoa! Why am I crying? Oh, my dog is coming to say hi. Alright, we just gotta keep going with this. Going until I can't do it anymore. Whoa! That's really good though. Now my dog is gonna make things better. You wanna say hi to my suffering? Huh? I'm not having a good time. This guy's going to make it better for me. Thanks for watching this episode, guys.
Our amazing mock trial team has had a big shock in their standard operations by our school being changed to Plan C. Typically, our mock trial students are at school every Saturday practicing for upcoming competitions. Since we aren't at school, how are they able to continue their work? David Coladango spoke with Mr. Rieger to get the real scoop. David?
Hey Braves, I'm here with Mr. Rieger to talk about mock trial this year. Thanks for coming.
Of course.
So, what's going on with the mock trial competition? Has the competition been rescheduled or have some precautions been taken?
Well, it's changed a lot. We didn't have our state competition last year, which I'm convinced we would have won. The Miami and UC tournaments that would normally happen in December and January have been canceled. But districts and regionals and state are right now, they're a go. They're just going to be done like everything else through Zoom calls.
All right. So how is the mock trial team preparing now that we're in Plan C?
For the most part, it's practice as usual, although we've been doing a lot more practice through Zoom calls like everybody else. One of our teams, the black team, which has most of our seniors on it, they have experience with this because they competed in and won the Yale Bulldog Invitational earlier this year. So it's really just kind of a matter of getting used to doing a trial on a Zoom call. But short of that, it's practice as usual.
All right. And is there anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think we're going to win state again this year. The last time the state tournament was held 2 years ago, we won with a team led by Albert Kwan and Sarah Kaplan. I think we would have won it last year, and when Ethan Marks and Audrey Bristol and Tacey Hutton and Brooke Youngblood and Sydney Poffenberger, and when they bring home the title again this year, I'm going to consider it a 3-year undefeated state championship run.
All right. Well, thanks again to Mr. Rieger for joining me today.
My pleasure.
Reminder, kindergarten registration opens on January 7th, 2021. If you are a parent or guardian of a child who lives within the Indian Hill School District and will be entering kindergarten next year, you are invited to be brave. Early registration begins with a simple call. The administrative assistant of Indian Hill Primary School, Veronica Weaver, is standing by to talk to you at 513-272-4754, or you can email her at veronica.weaver@ihsd.us.
Our Indian Hill High School innovation coaches have been very busy since our switch to Plan C. Griffin Wanker caught up with Mrs. Richardson and Mr. Daniels earlier this week to talk about their roles in Plan C. Griffin?
Hello everyone, I am Griffin Wanker, today here with Mrs. Richardson and Mr. Daniel, our innovation coaches. Mr. Daniel, how has your job changed since we moved over to Plan C?
This year's been interesting in a lot of ways. For me, especially, my role entirely has shifted. As you probably know, last year and in previous years, I was in the English classroom. But this year, I agreed to move into a role alongside Mrs. Richardson as an innovative coach, an instructional coach with the high school. I also have been supporting Mrs. Morrison at the middle school at times as well. And so that's been a big change for me in general. But I think our roles have changed as we shifted to Plan C in the form of providing support and what that support looks like virtually versus in person. So as you can imagine, we're all adapting everything that we're doing to be in a virtual setting. And so now that all the teachers are teaching their students virtually, we're also supporting teachers virtually. So our days are filled with meetings with teachers to talk through new, innovative, and creative ways to develop lessons. We also are helping troubleshoot issues with technology. But largely, our hope is to spend the bulk of our time talking to teachers and thinking about ways that virtual learning can be leveraged in ways to be innovative, to use new tools, to use new pedagogical approaches to maximize learning for students.
Okay, thank you for that. And Mrs. Richardson, what are your expectations for our teachers and students during Plan C as they participate in virtual learning environment?
I think that my expectations, or the exact expectations I would have for myself, just to be no fear attitude in terms of if you're a teacher and you're trying something for the first time, go for it. If it flops, that's okay. That's part of the learning process. And if you've ever heard the term of failing forward, we're never going to learn unless we try these things and hit some bumps in the road. So I think in terms of expectations for teachers, it's the same that I have for myself. I'm going to try things. For example, we gave a professional development opportunity a few weeks ago, and something didn't go the way we expected to, and you learn and you adjust on the fly. And that's an important skill to have in life. I think for students, my expectations are to appreciate everything that your teachers are doing to make this environment new and fun and different and engaging for you. I think that I would expect that when you're in the class sessions, don't just be a passive bystander of content. Engage, talk with classmates. We can do it without masks now. So again, you're removing that barrier, so you should be able to interact a little bit easier. So I think for students, it's a matter of appreciation and engagement. Now is the time to turn it on. If you are thinking about when am I going to be doing this later in life, my goodness, Mr. Daniel could agree. I'm sure this is our world now. I mean, my husband works for GE, and they are having virtual meetings all the time. And it's a matter of you need to be able to interact and respond in these types of settings. So I guess to recap, teachers, no fear. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. And for students, just be there to try things along with us, and to not be afraid to offer us feedback. If there's something you love, tell us. If there's something you don't like, don't be afraid to share that, but obviously do it in a kind way.
So, is there anything else both of you would like to add?
I think the thing that stands out to me is just how amazing our faculty have adapted to these new circumstances.
And I think the only thing that I would add is for students to know that Mr. Daniel and I are here for you too. And if you've got feedback that you can say, hey, Mrs. Richardson and Mr. Daniel, I wish more teachers would do this, tell us, and we can get it out to our staff as a whole. So we want you to know that we want to work with you just as much as we want to work with your teachers.
All right, well, thank you for that. My name is Griffin Wink. Back to you at the virtual desk.
Our Indian Hill High School robotics team has earned a PG grant for $900. Caleb Zender was instrumental in applying for the grant. These funds will not only be used to purchase much needed materials and parts for our high school VEX team, but also to give us the opportunity to get younger students more hands-on with STEM, even as far down as the 6th grade with their new robotics team. Warren Zahn and Jenny Zhang are shown here working on their equipment. Well done, Caleb and our robotics team.
Our boys and girls basketball teams have been in the gym for a few days a week now, practicing for their season to hopefully resume soon after we return from our winter break. Braves Beat's Grant Lanham had an opportunity to speak with our Lady Braves head coach, Mrs. Rachel Smith. Roll the interview.
Ella, what are your expectations for this season, assuming we have one?
As a team, one of our goals is definitely to win the CHL. And beyond that, just get further than we have been in the tournament, I guess.
Jaden, same question for you. What are your expectations?
We want to be better than last year personally, and I feel like our team can be better than last year. We don't have that many numbers. Everybody can play, so I feel like we can actually grow. And once I leave or once everybody else leaves, like, we'll have a strong program.
So last year you guys had a really good player in Maddie Antonucci. So what's it going to be like without playing her?
Yeah, we will definitely miss Maddie Antonucci. She is having a great freshman year at Florida Gulf Coast. And, she's obviously hard to replace, but we're looking for everyone to step up. As Jaden said, we have smaller numbers this year, but actually it's an advantage because everyone's going to be held accountable. Everyone can play multiple positions. And we have strong freshmen coming up that will really help us. We have a lot of talent. We're excited. So we're not really planning on skipping a beat here. We're going right after.
Coach Smith, what is your New Year's resolution going to be?
Read more books. I love leadership books. I love self-improvement books. So that's something that I want to do, is continue to push and challenge and teach myself different things about life. And I love to do that through reading. So in 2021, I hope to read more books.
And then Ella, what's your New Year's resolution?
I want to get like this journal and write down like 3 things that I'm grateful for every day. Just to, it's been a hard year, I think, for everyone, and I just think that if, the more you stay positive, it's easier to get through it. So that's one of my my goals that I want to start doing.
And then Jaden, what's yours?
Be more productive, not procrastinate. For me, sometimes I wait to the last minute, and I feel like I can do better of being 2 steps ahead or planning my stuff out better. So I want to be more productive.
Anything else you guys want to add?
I chose Jaden and Ella to help me in this interview because they are 2 starting returners, and I'm really excited about what they're going to bring to the table. Jaden, as a senior, has played for me since 7th grade, and I'm just really excited for her to lead our team. She's a great vocal leader, and I think her skill and her talent is just continuing to develop and to grow, and the best is yet to come from her. And so I'm really, really excited and anxious to see what Jaden's going to produce this year. And Ella being our leading scorer this year, returning from last year, first team, all CHL. I'm really excited just to see her develop on the court. She's no longer an underclassman. She's an upperclassman this year. So to really take over and dominate on the court. So, having Jaden and Ella part of this interview, I think is extremely exciting, and it shows like our program and how far we've come and just the year that we're going to have.
Yeah, 2 great players.
Our Braves Beat crew teamed up with some BVA kids to play a few games of Among Us. Let's take a look.
Okay,
why
here's
didn't you say that the first
Let me.
time?
No, we have. I have 75 seconds.
No,
Let me
no.
explain.
David walked past
Daniel.
Purple. No, shut up. David walked past Purple and was like, God. David looked at Purple with discontempt. And
David,
as I walked by Purple,
I looked at Purple with this.
David,
So I was in communication.
David,
Scott saw me do the download.
I think it's Daniel. I think he's trying to cast.
I agree with that.
That is cap. That is cap. Y'all are stupid. They're wearing a suit, or is it just skin? Skin.
Excuse me?
Is it skin, or is it like a suit they're wearing?
It's TikTok time, everyone.
Dashing through the snow in one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring.
Well, Jade, can you believe that the first semester is almost over? When we return from winter break, we will only have 2 weeks left before the semester ends on January 15th, 2021. All of you Braves out there, make sure you finish this semester strong.
Yes, Julianne. And speaking of winter break, it's going to be a very difficult holiday for most of us due to the COVID-19 guidelines. However, we want to wish all of you a happy holidays and a wonderful new year. And stay safe as you enjoy your much-deserved break.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and email us with any school updates.
And as always, stay classy, Indian Hill.
Hello everybody, Isaac and I are here today to talk a little bit about sports, the last of the sports we have to talk about. Now we're starting off with how the football we've heard about next year is coming, a little bit of changing of rules as well as a lot of great new players joining. We heard the class of 2024 is really loving and absolutely ecstatic to help out as soon as we are able to get back into sports. Isaac?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that as soon as they're opening up, almost half the grade is going to be in the football team.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fantastic year. Because Indian Hill is already such a great football team, so having such a big class part of it would be absolutely fantastic.
What do you guys do?
Yeah, we're doing this. Who are you?
Who is this? What are you doing in our broadcast?
What are you doing? We're
You aren't funny. There are no more sports.
We're talking.
We're doing the sports.
But there will be.
Stop insulting us.
Dude,
we're trying to do our job. Stop it.
Corona.
We're doing it. We're dropping everything.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
This isn't funny.
Get out! Come on!